We are back.
He a narcissist.
A megalomaniac times 10 plus narcissist.
Oh, okay. Let's get some order up in here. Let's get because they ready to kick off. They ready to kick. Oh,
what episode is this?
26. Episode 26.
We in the building. What up? What up?
I'm ready.
What's up? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. Big homie. Good.
Yeah, I'm suave, you know. Same old.
Deuce.
We all good. We got a beautiful host here. All of them.
Miss Lady D.
I'm back. They wanted
back.
some more.
How you feeling today?
I feel amazing. How are you?
Wonderful.
I'm sipping on this Snoop wine.
Hey, it's not sponsored, but we would like to be sponsored.
We would love it to be. Wait, you put something else in there too. What else did you
Look,
put?
Cavassier.
So this is a nice little cocktail.
Hey.
To set the mood.
So we getting into it?
Yeah,
Hey, I mean, if y'all haven't heard, something happened this week.
I don't even watch it, so I didn't even know what was going on until
most people
social media blew
I woke up
but
to the news saying, "Wow."
I thought it was staged at first. I had to watch it like 50 times just to see.
Still might have been staged. Who knows?
So if you guys don't know what we're talking about,
we ain't telling you.
Oh my
you
God, you've been under a rock. Dead. You just woke up from
Hey,
your
we don't
coma.
know when they gonna listen to this, all right? Shit, this could be listened to 1,000 years from now. We're talking about the Oscars, all right? Will Smith publicly humiliating Chris Rock and smacked him in his face because of a joke. I'm gonna let my hosts go ahead and do what they do.
Who wanna start?
Was Will wrong? Was Will wrong? Can I just get an answer on that?
Was he wrong for slapping Chris Rock?
Was he wrong for going on stage and slapping Chris Rock in the face?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we got a consensus
He
there.
assaulted
Chris
Rock.
Shit.
He broke the law on live TV, like in real life. I want to know what happened inside of Will Smith, because I've been to plenty of formal ceremonies. You are in formal apparel. You got on slippery shoes. You know what I mean? Like, it is not even the atmosphere to get moved out of your seat, pimp walk to the stage, draw all the way back, and slap another grown man.
You ain't see how his wife looked at him?
I don't care. I'm sick of their marriage. They are toxic and they keep dragging us into it. Get over it. I was sick of August Alsina. I'm sick of this.
Why you bringing up August?
I'm done with the Smiths. I don't want to talk about
August
their
ain't part of
children.
that.
I don't care. I don't want to talk about their kids. I don't want to talk about their marriage. They are doing something different. And public opinion is just weighing in on these public displays of toxicity. I'm done with it. But I was glad to see somebody slap Chris Rock.
Okay, and why is that?
Because there's two comedians I would love to see slapped, and he's one of them, and the other one is Kevin Hart.
Can we get why?
I just think they're like those loudmouths, and you want to see those kind of people.
I think all comedians are
gotta be.
Would you want to slap Dave Chappelle?
I don't want to slap none of them. They ain't did nothing to me.
Would you want to see Dave Chappelle slap?
I don't listen to Dave Chappelle personally. He got like dry humor that's not that funny.
Okay, let's get back on track.
But yeah, I mean, Will shouldn't have slapped Chris.
No.
Yeah, and I definitely Jada gave a nudge. It appears that she gave a, cause he laughed at it.
He did.
Cracking the fuck up. Then he got the look. Like, I know you're not laughing at this shit. And he had to react. So that's what happened in him. Where you say you don't know what got into him, Jada got into him. Like,
who's gonna protect the black women?
That's not the
Will protecting his black queen.
Was he though?
I believe he could have been, you know, because he was moved by, you know, some people get that feeling like, okay, she uncomfortable, so not do something about it. And maybe black men we have that thing of we gotta prove.
He could have said what he said.
Yeah,
I think he
but
was just frustrated with everything that's been going on, all the ways they talk about him in that marriage, the way his kids behave. I just think he was just out of pent up emotion exploding on Chris Rock's face.
He has been made out to look pretty weak. So it's, you know.
That meme of him crying was like.
Whose fault is that?
It was nobody's fault. It was their way as a couple to explain a very public situation.
Whose situation?
Who made it public?
She did. She brought him on that red table talk situation and him
so
crying.
So who the reason he a mean?
I mean, everybody just made a joke out of it. Like, he was so emotional. Those images of him at that thing made him look like he was soft. And then look at Plies' comment on Twitter.
What'd he say?
He said something to the effect of, I'm not gonna slap somebody over a woman that I'm not the only one sleeping with.
Oh yeah.
But that's paraphrasing. That was not.
Yeah, he did say that. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw. A lot of men slapping for women that they ain't the only one sleeping with. So I don't see how that's no different. I'm just being honest.
I just think it was a better way to handle it. They're mature people.
What's the better way?
So this is coming from. You remember episode 23, the Georgia episode when we were talking about the man getting punked on his date.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So you.
He was defending her though, like
right.
That was all for her honor. But that
exactly.
other dude was
but
just
He was
falling
defending
back.
himself.
Huh?
He was defending himself.
Who? Will Smith or the guy
No,
at the
the
bar?
guy at the bar.
To me, that was a little bit different situation because Chris Rock was telling a joke that was tasteless about a medical condition, and they perceived a lot of offense to that, and Will Smith got up and hit Chris Rock. That other dude was just sitting at the table being berated in front of a woman. So I just feel like in this situation, it could have been handled differently. Like, he could have beat him up after the show. Like, it was so many other things to do. Not slap somebody on live TV.
I still think it was staged.
And then cussed him out from the seat.
Yeah. He could have just did that.
Just did that from
he
jump.
could have just did that from jump. Yeah,
So you think it was staged?
I think it was staged. I had to watch it 50 times. Will is a great actor. So let's not forget.
They both are.
He had a hitch in his little swing and everything. Like, it just looked like, who the hell slaps that straight? It was just like
when I put my left foot out, that's when you know the brace. You know, it kind of looked like that.
It was some WWE going on.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
But those reactions, man, the way Will reacted, the way Chris reacted like somebody that didn't know they was gonna get slapped.
And another thing that somebody else pointed out to me, he
kept
his arms behind his back. If somebody is coming at you and drawing back, are you gonna keep your arms behind your back, or are your natural? You're gonna have a natural.
And that's what I was gonna say. You said he looked like a person who wasn't expecting to get slapped. So if somebody slapped you and you wasn't expecting it, that's how you would react.
The way he was fumbling to the next topic, and boy, I could, like he was literally like you could see thoughts. He was in shock. He was literally in shock. Like he couldn't even get his words together. So that's why
actors.
They are, but man, if he was acting, he deserved an Oscar. God damn
got one that night.
Because he reacted like a nigga that just got slapped. Because I didn't see somebody get slapped before.
So a nigga that just got slapped that ain't gonna slap somebody back.
Usually when you get slapped, that means you ain't slapping somebody back. Because if somebody got the nerve to slap you, that's the total disrespect. That means they have no respect for you.
Even more reason why I was staged. Because Will knew the nigga wasn't gonna slap him back. So I'm gonna slap you. I ain't gonna close hand and punch you. I'm gonna slap you. Because I know you ain't gonna slap me back. Because it probably was planned.
Yeah, but usually if people that get slapped, they stunned and they just sit there and be slapped.
Yeah, that's true. Sit there and be slapped.
And he probably didn't want to escalate it. If Will Smith is way taller than him, he trained to be Muhammad Ali. Like,
right.
Will Smith isn't just this couch potato jumping up.
Another reason I think it was staged. Where was security? Security
They
never
were
was
there.
seen this
They
whole
said
time.
security asked him to leave. He refused. Now that's the new issue. Because everybody asked, why did they let him stay? He just said,
He
no,
refused.
I'm staying.
And then y'all still gave him an Oscar, let him go on stage, give his speech. Come.
I just think people didn't know what to do.
Oh, he said stage. Further and further.
People
The more
didn't know
you
what
think
to
about
do.
it. And then, like, I don't know, like, the whole reason that, like, I don't know.
What?
At all of these award shows, somebody is the butt of a joke. If not multiple people.
The Smith said not today.
That's what
They
we
had
think.
time today
That's what
and
we
not
think.
today. And then what did Jaden say? And that's how you do it. Smack somebody on.
I just seen so many people praising the smack. It was ridiculous. Like, I really had a talk with a female, and she was, like, grilling me. Like, that's how you supposed to handle it. You gotta show you gotta stand up for your wife and all this and all that. And I'm just like, no. And she, like, it got to the point where she was saying, I was like, I made a comment that you don't see Jada stand up for Will as much as you see Will stand up for Jada, right? Her answer was, men want to be female so bad.
Well, she dealing with something different.
Is she married?
No.
There we go.
That's some other.
I just think it's sending the wrong message to kids. Like, we talk about kids and they need to learn how to talk out their problems and the violence that go on and all of that. But if you gonna see two successful black men on stage, one of them slapping the other because of words, they're mature, emotionally, mentally, successful. But you want these kids, teenagers,
To talk it
to
out.
talk it out.
Yeah.
They not even emotionally mature and mentally mature, but you want them to talk it out.
And not to mention two black men, and just that the perception of the angry black man, the raging
We
buck,
savages,
like
like
what
us.
you know that depicts two black men who didn't know how to have a proper conflict resolution over a joke.
2 or 1?
I think it was two. I believe that Chris Rock took a chance on that joke, and Will Smith
Every
had
joke
the
you
answer.
take a chance though, because
But
most
you do,
jokes
though.
are based on some type of real life thing. So
And you
The
don't
best
know
ones.
who's
and that's what I'm saying. At these award shows, somebody always telling jokes.
That's why Kevin
somebody
Hart
in the
lost
audience.
his opportunity to host because of a joke he told years ago. Like
It was like racist though, wasn't it?
no,
No, it
he
was
said he
homophobic.
hopes his son wouldn't
Homophobia,
grow
yeah.
up to be gay.
Oh yeah.
So that was the reason why they were like, no, we're not gonna have him host. It's like jokes can be. It's just all about the perspective.
Nah, what's
and
worse?
for them,
Him talking about his son not being gay, or Chris talking about G.I. Jane?
in this case, it was the condition of alopecia for Jada Smith.
Which one worse?
That's perspective.
I do believe if Chris Rock was gay, Will would be canceled. No, I'm just being real.
Explain.
Cause
Come big homie out the left field. Come on.
yeah,
Ain't even talking about
listen. Listen, hear me out.
Yeah.
If Will go smack, a LGBTQT person, it's a hate crime. You go smack a black man, it's nothing. The show go on.
That's only if he was targeting him based on his bias.
No, I don't think if it was just them being that in general, it would have turned into the narrative would have been like he's hitting this LGBTQT person. It don't matter what they was talking about.
Look at Jussie Smollett. Was like
Another narcissist.
But he tried to make it like it was about, oh, I'm the gay Tupac because you staged getting your ass whooped and all that in somebody's city. So when they come after you, now you're a martyr. You the gay Tupac. He made it like they make it about that.
Yeah. Anytime that would have been the
even when he
headline.
was getting sentenced, like he was just like, they've been treating a black man a certain kind of way for so many hundreds, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with you falsifying a hate crime calling the police. He still had the rope on his neck.
Did you see the uproar? Like, you know, because it was a hate crime.
Yeah.
Like,
they was backing him at first.
Because it was a high profile, like, a lot of people involved in that, Kim Fox included, like, that was a big thing. But at the end of the day, his actions were wrong because hate crimes are serious crimes. Like, they consider like crimes against children or elderly. It's bias motivated crimes targeted at people, and he faked that. Do you know how many they are talking about, like, hate crimes against trans folks who got killed more recently in protests in the last couple days? Like, hate crimes are pervasive in the way they're carried out. So somebody who would fake something like that, it's like, bro, do you know how many people die? Do you know how many people are dealing with these terroristic forms of crime?
I guess the point was why it's not a hate crime to slap Chris Rock.
Because it wasn't motivated by bias. It was motivated because he insulted his wife.
So,
And his narcissism.
So they're saying that Jada has mind control over Will.
I believe it.
But when she leave, I'll be talking again.
I think that's between them. Maybe he wants somebody to control his mind. We shouldn't be in their conversation, in their marriage. We don't know what he like. He probably like that stuff.
We only in it because they put us in it.
He probably slapping people all the time for her, and this was just the one call.
I believe that's true, what you said, because I think he wrapped up in trying to win her back after their big situation that they had, the red table talk stuff and all that, and he trying to validate himself to her to where he's making dumb decisions. I believe that's true.
Yeah, but don't bring everybody in the world watching the Oscars into it.
Why not?
Was he simping? Was that a simp moment?
Yes.
Was that a simp moment?
No comment.
Yes. You didn't
I
do
would
it.
love for a man to do that for me, but no comment.
See, it's a
Go
simple
ahead,
moment.
Pug.
Look,
Will Smith was wrong. I would love for
But
a man
that
to do that for me.
that was such a old-fashioned chivalrous show of valor for his woman. It would be like taking your jacket off and putting it over a puddle. That's so old-fashioned, but it is a grand gesture of, let me take care of you, babe.
you should
Like,
be willing
that's
to die
old
for
school
this person.
love. But it's inappropriate now. You can't do that these days. The new rules.
Do you feel that same way if Will Smith gets shot right after that?
By who?
Chris Rock. Say he got a little 22 in his behind or whatever.
So Chris Rock answers the violence with gun violence?
Yes.
Will Smith answered words with violence. Like,
This is how stuff
I'm
elevates.
able to protect
Okay, so
my
if it
body.
escalated,
Do
then
you
I...
still
Will Smith
feel-
escalated it. What you mean? If it
No, now
escalated, he
has brought a
escalated
gun
it.
into the scenario.
He brought violence into
We in
it.
Chicago, so a gun gotta come.
It's got to
No,
come in
I
somewhere.
That's just
No,
realistic.
listen.
You're able to protect your body. So how you can't be what you say? Will way bigger than Chris Rock. Yeah, I popped your ass because you're way bigger than me.
So do you still feel like that was it made me feel good? How do you feel after he gets shot now? Do you reevaluate that
That's still
feeling?
unfortunate violence.
Unfortunately.
So
I seen a lot of men champion Will Smith, saying that, yeah, this is how we gotta protect our black women.
queens.
This is how we gotta, yeah.
This is how we end up
and
in
this
jail.
is why, we end up in
That's how we
jail
end
or
up
shot.
killing each other.
Just not being able to articulate something.
Well, if you really want to protect the black queens, do things like advocate for our reproductive right laws, advocate for laws that are targeted toward, reproductive laws. Advocate for those things that mean something to women, the disparity in pay. Advocate for that kind of stuff. You know, I'm happy with slapping people over the head, but advocate for the stuff that's gonna help in the long run.
All right, we done with them?
I don't
You
have
got
much to
something
say.
else?
Punk, you ain't said
Okay.
nothing over there.
Dang.
This
I
on my.
punked him out before the show.
It wasn't that deep for me. It was just something stupid that he did. Felt like he portraying the wrong message to young black kids.
How did y'all feel about the apology?
Stage.
The one on stage.
The nigga didn't apologize.
He apologized to the Academy. He didn't apologize to Chris Rock. So, so how do you feel about that?
He should apologize to Chris Rock immediately, even if he was just swept up in emotion.
I don't know. You slap somebody, you apologize
You
after
just sit
you
at
do
the
it.
table and be like,
It is what it is. Like,
which is why I feel like the apology later was pointless.
yeah,
like
what
you
you apologize, even if he say, I'm sorry, Chris, for doing that. You still embarrass this man on national television. That don't take the hurt away.
Well, the police was at their door the next day. I think the police visited Will Smith the next day.
Really?
The investigation continues. Like, they
Nah,
don't
Chris
want
Rock
to.
decided not to
He
press
doesn't want to
charges
press charges, but L.A. County is still
on that.
looking into it. Yeah.
Well, because they can do
Yeah,
their own
That was
thing
an
if they want
assault.
to.
You assaulted
It
somebody
definitely
on
was.
camera.
Live TV.
Did that moment say that it's okay for black men to attack each other?
No.
Yes, for the right reasons. For what people consider the right reasons. That's exactly what it said. I don't believe that, but that's what it portrays. Like, oh, over my wife or over this lady I love or whatever, yeah, I can be violent towards another black man.
I think it just confirmed the stereotypes that we already have. The angry black man. We first thing we resort to is violence.
Caught up in these emotions, like we can't control ourselves. We're criminal by nature. Those are old biases and stereotypes, and when we play into them, it just amplifies. Like, oh my God! And
so are they old biases and stereotypes?
I think so. I think largely in the black community, we are starting to come away from traditions that held us in ways that did not embrace self-care. Yoga and stretching is great self-care, but to some people, that's witchcraft.
No one ethnicity is not being violent to each other. We just get promoted more to put a stereotype on us.
Absolutely.
So I do believe
but we do it.
Yeah, we do it, but I do believe
And there's shootings every day in Chicago. We helping that.
That's
but it's everywhere. All I'm saying is we are moving in a way where we trying to get away from it. We're not doing it as much, but I just hate the narrative that we the only ones doing it. You know.
When you say as much, what you mean?
Like,
because it seemed like the murder rate just be going up.
No, it's not as. If you go look at it, it's actually down from the past years. Go look up Chicago murder rate. We not even top 3
it's
no
just
more.
Talked about more. It's in a constant news loop, and just 24-hour news is keeping conversations just constantly going.
That's why I don't watch the news.
So.
Yeah, but the murder rate is actually lower, so it got to be something. You know?
They got
I stopped looking at it
streets
like 2 years ago because it was just ridiculous. Like every month, it was just
still
higher. Summer months was beyond ridiculous. So
but if you look up this year's, it's less than the past years. So we got to be moving in the right direction some way. So.
They got to start somewhere.
So let's switch. I feel like we done with them.
Yeah.
We over
Will
them. Wilson.
He's in love. He's a crazy man in love.
Oh yeah,
That's what he
he crazy as hell.
I'm crazy in love, y'all.
Crazy.
That's what
He
said.
like Pepe Le Pew crazy in love.
No, they canceled him.
Yeah,
he was a rapist.
What?
Pepe Le Pew.
That's what they said he was portraying.
The female cat would constantly be fighting him off, and he would just be like, no, more, and kissing her against her will. That's what we came up with.
Well, did we ask
Him and Snuffleupagus snapping on heroin.
Yeah.
You really feed into that? He was a rapist.
Come on. Watch these cartoons with a different lens.
He was aggressive, so I give him that.
Was toxic masculinity on that 1,000 in the form of a skunk.
How toxic? Yeah, how toxic can you get, huh?
That's it. Raping a cat. She wasn't even a female skunk.
He like what he like. He can identify as
He was
whatever.
going
he
outside.
He identified as a.
He can identify whatever he want to
That'll be
identify as.
next.
So, Lady D, you wanted to get into this Florida law.
Yeah.
So,
They were actually talking about it a little bit on the radio.
what is this? The don't say gay?
Yeah,
law?
don't say gay. So between the ages of 3 and 5 in the education system, if I'm paraphrasing, they don't want curriculums that include topics around the LGBTQ plus community between 3 and 5. But outside of that, but just those.
So at 1 and 2.
Well, your kid isn't at school at that point. But in Florida, they have VPK, so kids are in a formalized education kind of program in that
So
time
like preschool.
frame.
3 to
Preschool,
5.
yeah, VPK, preschool, and then going into kindergarten.
So once you hit kindergarten,
I guess you can, yeah.
I don't think
So
that,
once they hit, once they hit
Over
kindergarten, then they start talking about sexuality in
Well,
school?
no, that content can start appearing in some of the learning
Curriculum.
stuff. you know.
Okay.
so how you feel about it?
You know, I feel like the way they're talking about it is really harsh, and the way that they're kind of rolling it out, but it is making the LGBTQ plus community look at this as if we're not seen, our voices are recognized. This is something that's making us seem hidden and dirty and nasty and all these other tropes that that community deals with. But I mean, for me, this was like the same as when they wanted to start doing sex ed in the school. People did not want you to talk about sex. They did in the 5th grade. You went to this special assembly. All the boys went to one room. All the girls went to another room. People had a problem with that. What do we discuss in the schools?
I think it should be an age limit. Like, I think it was nothing wrong with targeting kids that's around puberty. But what would a 4-year-old need to know about sex education? Like,
I think it's more around like if a child has a family dynamic that may include a same-sex couple. So like I have 2 mommies or I have 2 daddies, and then obviously kids are gonna ask questions. So what I was
Well, whose responsibility is it to talk to them kids about that?
I think ultimately the conversation should happen at home.
Right,
But
that
the
ain't school
teachers are like,
business.
if a child is asking me a question,
say what they told us. When you get old enough, you will understand.
Right.
At 4, you're not comprehending. Even if I explain to you that 2 men could love each other and that's how you ended up with 2 dads, they gonna say okay and walk off. Like, they didn't just comprehend what you just said.
And even if they did, they're gonna ask you. Like, if I tell my kid something at 4, he's gonna ask me. He's not gonna go ask his teacher for an answer to something that he see happening. Nah, like, he's gonna ask me. It's on me to teach my kids about whatever it is that go on in my household. Not the teachers. They don't know shit about what's going on in my household.
I think they have to have conversations around some of these topics. I think they are finding students that are, having not issues, but wanting to have discussions around sex identity, gender identity,
At
like
3?
a lot of complex stuff.
3,
I don't know
4,
how
5,
young.
they
I can't,
don't-
but
they-
elementary, yes.
Yeah, you gotta teach them kids about how to spend money the correct way or
But
something.
if your
Like,
body is doing something different and you struggling, what you supposed to do?
what is your body doing different?
Man.
I just
To
think
talk
the
about
age-
being part of the LGBT, what is your body doing different?
Like as you are coming into the awareness of yourself.
That's around puberty. That's,
No, little kid. You got little kids? How
yeah,
old
I
are
got
kids?
a 3 and an 8-year-old.
They not curious?
Not curious enough to ask questions that's pertaining to something like that. No, like,
What you mean curious?
Children start asking questions around gender really young, because especially if they happen to become aware of the difference between girls and boys. Like my kids will immediately say, "This is girl stuff. This is girls." They can identify what's girl, what's boy, at a young age.
Are you saying material things?
Just anything that's like that has gender normative type of behaviors.
So like
and
pink and blue.
Anything that's
So
because
like
I'm trying to
trucks were
figure,
not
I'm
for
trying to figure
girls.
out how this relating to sex. Where I
So,
need y'all talking to my kid about
I
sexual orientation.
I got a story.
It's not about the bedroom. It's not about talking about what's happening in the bedroom. It's about these children are seeing and being exposed to situations where I guess the content is either in their learning material, or children who are sharing and are in these family dynamics where it's a same-sex couple. So questions are being asked.
So like my daughter, when she was like 5, I guess this kind of what you saying. We go outside. It was a guy dressed up like a girl, and my daughter said, "Why he dressed like that?" And I guess that's what they trying to teach her, like.
Because the kid is going to be brutally honest when
Yeah.
they see something that is outside of what is normal to them. So if they've only seen men who dress in what we all consider male clothing, and they've never seen a transgender individual, they're going to have some questions.
But more than transgender people dress like that.
Well, anyone who cross-dresses, anyone who does what the drag shows, like RuPaul's Drag Race, like, a kid would look at that and ask some questions like, "Well, my dad doesn't do that."
You ain't showing that at school.
But it happens at home. I'm just saying, kids are curious at a young age. He was talking about a 5-year-old. A young child would see something like that.
Yes, and who
curious.
she asked?
Hopefully, the parents.
Exactly. I don't need the school talking to them about that. I don't need y'all skewing my kids. I don't need the school doing that. Talk to them about the shit y'all need to talk to them about.
What if it's a transgender teacher at your child's school?
Then she or he probably done went through the change and look like whatever he or she want to be identified as.
What if they don't? And then there's questions. What do you do? Just ignore it? Like, they don't exist.
So the kid, do you think they gonna come home and ask you questions, or they gonna say to the teacher, "Hey, Mrs. So-and-so, why you look like a man?"
I think every kid is different. And there's a power dynamic between the teacher and the student.
I just don't think they need to be teaching my kid nothing about none of that.
Did it need to be a law, though? That's my thing.
No, it didn't need to
Did it need to be a whole
Because
law?
I don't even think it should be talked about. Like, when you start talking about sexual education, at whatever point that is, if you want to discuss that, then do it then.
Puberty.
Y'all not talking to kids about drugs at 3, 4, and 5. Is the DARE program coming in the schools at that
But
time?
do we have a law that's saying explicitly? Like, we have a law. They have a law on the books that's explicitly saying this conduct is now illegal. Why does there need to be a law for that?
Because they trying to teach this shit at 3, 4, and 5 years old. So it needs to be a law against it. And that's my point. Why not?
I think it could be a conversation. I don't think everything needs to be criminal and addressed by some law.
But I feel like the LGBTQT have a lot of push on people. You know, like when they want something, they gonna push it. And I guess this kind of get them off their back. Because what if it's people constantly, you guys need to teach these kids about this. They protesting, they writing all these like letters, sending them to state or whatever, whoever, Senate, whoever they want to send them to. And they're pushing the issue. Maybe that's why they came up with the law. Because they're being pressed from so many different ways to teach it.
I just don't think it needs to be a law. I think it could be a conversation. I just think, why does this have to be a law imposed by the state?
To not do it? Because if it's not a law, they're going to be teaching that stuff in schools. They're going to be talking to 3, 4, and 5-year-olds about that.
Because if it's not a law, what's going to stop a teacher from coming in one day and say,
what
hey,
law has stopped anybody from doing anything?
It's laws that
We
stop
have
a lot of people from doing a lot
biblical
of
laws
stuff,
and
but
laws on the books that say thou shalt not kill, and people are killing every day.
But do you know how many people don't kill because it's a law?
But still, you
Everybody
saying
not
that
gonna
like a
follow it.
law is gonna change somebody's behavior or their attitude or anything. Like this didn't need to be a law.
It does change some
I
perspectives.
just don't think it needed
It's
to
a
be
lot
a
of
law.
stuff that I would do if it wasn't illegal.
Exactly.
I'm sure you too.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you too.
It's not a lot.
Stuff. It is stuff that people would do if it wasn't illegal.
I would talk on my cell phone while I'm driving.
But you don't.
I don't, because it's illegal.
Why not?
It's illegal, and now it's
Right.
hands-free. But sometimes I need to talk on a headset.
You could have just had a conversation about it. It didn't need to be a law, right?
I mean, they made it a law. And I don't think it should be a law that you have insurance on your car. That's a crazy law, too.
That's a scam.
Insurance.
Yeah.
I
Only
remember
if you
when
don't get
that
to
was
use
not
it.
a law. That's a more recent thing.
Only if you don't get to use it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think it. I really don't care whether it's a law or not. I don't think they need to be talking to kids about that stuff.
I think that's a conversation. I just don't think it needed government oversight. I feel like it's a lot of people who feel different ways. It just did not need to be a law.
At 3, 4, and 5, you
A
okay?
law?
You okay with them teaching that to kids at 3,
I'm not
4, and 5?
okay with it being a law. Like,
That's
I
not what
feel
I
like
asked
it's
you.
a conversation. I feel like it's a lot of things that are taught in school that if you don't give your kid the structural foundation of the understanding, then the school is going to teach your kid.
Are you okay with them teaching kids at 3, 4, and 5 about the?
All I want, so when my kids was
the
3, 4, and
letters.
5, all I wanted them to teach them was their colors, the shapes, how to do basic stuff. That's
Are you
it.
okay with them teaching that to them at 3, 4, and 5?
I don't feel like there would be a curriculum that needed to include that at that age. Unless it
Are
was
you-
like a picture book. If it was a picture book that had it in there, no, I would not have a problem with that. But if they had a class on it for a preschooler,
Are you okay with it?
I don't want them teaching sex ed to a 3 to 5-year-old.
Yeah, that's
And they
I don't
don't.
want them talking about that advanced type of stuff at that young age.
And they
'cause-
exactly.
But
so,
if it was like, if it was a kid's coloring book or a picture book
No,
that
I
depicted
still
that
don't
type,
want them to
I
do it.
don't have a problem with that. But again,
So then that means you okay with them teaching it in cartoons
that's
and
not
stuff now.
teaching it. That's representation. That
So-
is a community that lives amongst all of us, and they have a voice and a presence, and their representation matters. It's just in the way that we're doing it. We used to do it so harmful, and now it's like we're all programmed in this.
programmed what?
We just program so. Here's an example, and I was talking about this to somebody earlier. Did you ever watch Three's Company? How old are you? You probably
No, I
were an
didn't.
infant. Do you even know what Three's Company is? So this
I
was
know what it is. I never watched it though.
So it was a sitcom in the late 70s, early 80s, and it depicted this man who needed to find housing in San Diego, ended up living with these two women, but the only way he could do it is if the landlord thought he was gay. So all of the comedy represented in that show depicted gay people as dark, dirty, nasty, just these real insulting images. And that, even in other shows like that, was considered, it was depicted as deviant lifestyle when I was younger. So if you didn't know anybody in that group, that was the messaging you saw for a long time. And they used to say crazy stuff on TV that you can no longer say.
At 3, 4, and 5, why do a kid need to know about any of that?
If it's in a picture book and they see it and they have a question, I think that
So
would
are
be
you
Exactly.
the
okay?
Why is
teacher
it that-
answering the question.
So are you okay with it being in like cartoons and stuff now too?
Yeah.
I felt differently. But
What's shared?
I just feel like if you might as well put the whole shebang in the cartoon then. If you gonna why stress this one thing about being, gay or trans or cross-dressing? Why you gonna stress that? You might as well put everything. Put the guy rubbing on the girls and all that stuff. I'm just saying, show
Sex
everything.
offenders?
No, I'm saying like not in the
What
right way.
guy's rubbing on?
I'm just saying
rubbing on
in
what
the
girl?
right way.
What's the right way to rub on a girl?
Consensual, like hugging, feeling, do all that. Then why you gonna show two? Like I just watched the new Proud Family cartoon.
Okay.
It's two grown men married kissing on there, but then you're not gonna show the straight couple kissing. You just, I haven't seen it yet. But you gonna stress, it was a whole episode of accepting this couple as being gay and showing them kissing. I show the whole shebang. Either don't show it or show it. Which one you gonna do? Why are we focusing on showing them the other side? You know what I'm saying? Either I would rather you just not show it at all.
No
Nothing.
kissing.
Nothing. Yeah, don't show nothing. So I don't agree with it being in books and in cartoons and stuff. Wait till they old enough to, understand what they seeing, and then that's when you expose them to it.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Nah,
Nah, I don't think they need to be teaching it, period. Not at no 3, 4, or 5 years old.
I don't think it's in the context of teaching it, but I do think these kids are seeing things and asking questions. And what are you supposed to do? How do you answer them? I have little ones around me.
Leave that to
and
the
they ask
parents to
questions.
answer. It's not up to a teacher to tell my 3, 4, 5-year-old nothing. Like, it's not up to you to make that decision, to talk to them about that. You let me know that my kid asked you a question, and I'll figure out how to answer it to them. Because what you say could be leading them a certain way. I don't want you leading my kid no way. It's my kid, not yours.
All right. Seems like we got that one pretty much settled out.
It's my kid, not yours.
So Punk wanted to know, he said, I would like to know, do women lack accountability?
In life, like,
Expound.
What do you mean? You're going to have to get way more specific.
Like when something happens, relationship, something happened, it gets brought up. And it's immediately like, I didn't do, or you're trying to deflect it off to somebody. Just be accountable.
Accountability is a human trait. Why have you hyper-focused on the female gender and whether or not they are accountable?
Because I'm a male. I deal
And
with.
what else?
I deal with. I'm a male who has dealt with women, and I can only go off of what I've dealt with or seen.
So accountable
I
to
can't-
you in what way?
Just like if something occurred, or it's an issue with something, or if I bring something to you.
I think you
Why
a
not
bully.
be-
I think they hesitant to be accountable because they know you're going to jump down their damn throat with your bullying way. How come you... I'm just asking you a question. Just tell me the truth. Look in my eyes and just tell me the truth. That's what I'm talking about, bitch. You can't be... Is this what you're doing to get the accountability out of her?
No.
What you doing there?
Just asking questions. It's just
Like that?
It's, yes, just like this. Like
Ball.
I'm
Tell
very,
the truth.
very calm and relaxed. It's just asking
That's
questions.
relaxed.
Lady D, can you explain why you calling him a bully right now? Why do you think Punk a bully? He thinks he's a
bully.
pretty good guy.
I am. I know I'm a good guy.
I think you're thoughtful, and I think you like to express, the charming side of you. But I think you have a way of imposing and pushing yourself on people.
Okay.
But I just met you, so.
Right. I feel no way about it. None at all.
Most narcissists don't like to be exposed.
Punk, do you think you're a narcissist?
Not really.
No.
I don't.
They never admit it. They just be like, no.
But he didn't even say no. He said not really.
I mean,
You're a narcissist on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
It's not the first time that I've been called that, but I don't think I am. Not by the definition I read, so, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I can't do nothing about what people think of me or how they look at me. I am who I am. It's what I know how to be.
Take it or leave it, world.
I
Hit
mean,
a burn this bitch
ain't
down with
nothing else
my
they can do
toxic
with
traits.
it. Ain't nothing else they can do with it. Take it or leave it.
So did y'all see Blac Chyna's post? Those were real, right?
Yeah, that was real.
I hope.
They was
Oh, talking about the money stuff?
yeah.
Let me find it.
Yeah, just go ahead and read that for us.
Let me find it, man.
And then apparently the fathers also chimed in about
Yeah.
how much they were paying.
So,
Yeah, because she was full of it. That's what it sounded like.
the Shade Room posted this, so don't get on our ass about it. But, yeah, Blac Chyna posted, yesterday I had to give up 3 of my cars. My reasons, morals, beliefs, being a single mother, no support, I'm a mama. Single, no support.
Does she put child support?
Child support. Tiger responds, I pay $40K a year for my son's school and he lives with me Monday through Saturday. Why would I pay child support? LOL. React.
I think she see other women getting all this child support, all this spousal support, and all that stuff, and she want a piece of it.
Who has their child? You don't even got your kids 6 days out the week. Why am I? You should be paying me child support. Yeah, they should have took your cars.
Why you... I'm gonna let y'all go.
No, why what?
Why you got that many cars if they coming to take them? Like,
Because she
come on,
was
you
a
can't have
wealthy
just...
woman.
She wasn't wealthy if they got to pull your cars. She might have been rich.
She
might have been rich at a certain point in time.
Right, and
not
now
wealthy.
her income don't support the lifestyle that she was living. Like, I watched her reality show a little bit, and you know, all I have to say about all of that is,
So now you want to drag me?
no. If you're a wealthy man,
Lacking accountability.
if you're a wealthy man and you have a child with a person, that child should also live the means of what you make. Don't put your seed in everybody if you don't want to take care of the kid that comes out of that.
We still talking about Blac Chyna and Tiger?
Yes.
Tiger said the kid with him 6 days out the week.
That's
My
what
seed
he
is living
said.
just like. Did she rebuttal?
Nope.
Did she have?
Does she have to?
That's what
Yes.
she's saying. She had to get 3 of her cars taken. If you want to
If-
go there, we don't know. She
If
said
you
that.
throw out child
Now he
support,
responded, and that's what he said. Why would I pay child
single
support?
mom,
He said, I pay $40K for the school, and I have the child with me this day.
Monday through Saturday.
she only have them on Sunday.
She should be giving him
That
child
doesn't
support.
mean he's giving her any.
He don't
any
need
child
to.
support.
I
He
wouldn't
paying
give
for
you
the-
shit.
The child
child
still
is
lives
with-
with her.
He just said the kid is with me Monday through
Just
Saturday.
because that kid
How-
is over there doesn't mean that's what the
I
don't
the
know
custody.
what the custody
Lack
order
accountability.
says.
This the accountability I be talking
no,
about.
this is people getting persecuted in the court of public opinion. You don't know what.
She tried
what's
to do
going on.
that. She tried to do that.
Nah, she said, I need support. I'm losing some of my cars. Something embarrassing happened to me, and I don't have a lot of support. And then these haters chime
That
in.
ain't got nothing
I'm
to do
paying
with the
40K
child.
for a school,
These
and I
haters,
got
that's
my
the
kid.
daddy.
That's why they chime in.
Because you
She
trying to
said-
drag me talking about child
She
support.
said I
What you
need
mean?
support.
Child support. You
ain't-
trying to drag me because
Wait.
you can't uphold your
You
lifestyle.
ain't see the key
I don't owe you
words,
nothing.
single mother.
Single mother, child
and then
support.
the guys weigh
That's
in
single
like,
mother.
how you
kid.
get the cheaper child support than me? Like, why are y'all doing? That's still the mother of y'all kids. This is her. This is their mom. Like, why are y'all doing that to her?
Doing
She
what?
said, "I'm losing my cars."
Who fault is
Period.
that?
Who fault is that? Lack accountability.
So,
this
listen.
is exactly what I'm talking
Listen,
about.
I got a
Now it's
question.
his
My
fault.
bad.
She losing
So
her
if you
cars.
go from making 1.2 million a year to making $400,000 a year, and you cannot continue to support the lifestyle you was living
You
at
gotta adjust
1.2,
your
you
lifestyle.
gotta adjust your
Yes,
lifestyle.
not come to me like it's my fault.
She didn't
You
say
can't
I
live
want
in
my
no
cars
more.
back. She said I need support.
No, she said single mother, child support. She trying to put that on Tiger like that's his problem.
So
It
if
ain't.
his rap career just end and he don't make another dollar, do she help him keep his stuff up?
She can't because she losing all her
That don't
shit.
You have
matter.
to go
Do
back
she
to
help?
court.
Do she help him?
Go to
'Cause
court
she
for
the breadwinner
what?
now.
Whatever
No.
is in that support order.
It ain't nothing in it because he got the kid Monday
That's
through
just
Saturday.
what he said.
She ain't said
That's
nothing
just-
about it.
Just because she not clapping back don't mean that's the truth. That's what he's saying.
Then what she said
I got
might
the
not be the
kid all the
truth.
time. I
He might
pay
pay
for an
child
expensive
support.
school. You should pay for your kid to go to
Right.
a $40K a year school.
We
Why
don't-
you
we
talking
don't know-
about it?
we don't
Why
know
you
nothing
dragging
then.
her? She having a financial situation.
She just drug
She just
down
drug him.
No,
by
she did. She
saying
need more support.
she a single mother.
How we know that? We don't know what she needs. She could
Nor
be
do
lying.
we know how many days a week he keep them
Right.
kids.
If he lying, she could be
So-
lying too. So then what?
I think it was more about her addressing what was going on with her financial situation that was going to be
Then
obvious
leave
and
me
apparent
out
to
of
people.
it. Leave me
And
out of
she
it. I ain't
felt
got
like
nothing to
I
do with it.
need more support.
Why?
If her career,
So it's on him. He's supposed to support her for
I
the
didn't
rest
hear.
of her
I
life.
didn't see her say @Tyga #Tyga. She said I need more support. How
She
he-
said
how
I'm a
he
single
took-
mother.
Is she married?
Child support.
Is she
That don't
married?
make you a single mother.
That does make you
How?
a single mother because you're not married.
So
Well, 'cause
so
you got
it's
a
single
boyfriend.
it's single fathers out here.
What do you mean?
So if a man and a woman both take care of their kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they not together.
And
He
they're
a single
unmarried?
father and she a single mother.
And they're unmarried.
Yes. No, she a single woman, he a single man. But if y'all co-parenting, y'all ain't
But
single
somebody
parents.
is the custodial parent.
That ain't what we saying. You're
Somebody
not a single
is the
parent if I'm
custodial
helping.
parent. If you're not married
But you're
and
not
you're
a
the
single
custodial parent and there's a support order, you done brought the court in. Now we talking about the thing we talked about the last time. You brought the court into the situation because now they have to tell y'all what to do. And just because
Let's
this
say
dude
that's-
is
let's say
saying
that's not
I have
happening.
the kid all the time does not mean that's what that order says. And if she putting that stuff out there on blast,
Okay.
she must feel like
But guess
she
what?
should get more support.
Guess what? Tiger ain't in jail. His license ain't suspended. So that order must say pay this much and he paying the shit.
He didn't
So
come
go
back
talk
and
to
say,
the court
I pay you
then.
$300,000 a
Why
year
would
in,
he?
in child
Didn't
support.
you just say
he
this
said,
court
I
order?
pay for $40K for a school and the kid be with me a lot of the week.
Why do he need to say
how much?
He
He take
didn't
care
have
of
to
his
say
job.
nothing.
He didn't.
She
but
didn't
if you're
have to say
exactly,
nothing.
she's talking about
It's
child
a-
support.
it's-
Then
What
you
she
bringing up the
posted on her
courts.
social media is her business. He ain't have to get up on there and say nothing.
She brought him into it by saying, "I'm a single."
Doesn't she
Mother.
have two fathers?
Yes.
I mean, kids, baby daddies?
So why wouldn't she be specific?
Why did he feel so compelled to
They-
jump in
I
there
think
and
they
get
both
at
chimed
her?
in.
They both did because Rob ended up chiming in, and then that's when you pay more than me. How you get? Why? We just talking about one
The first
man
child always
slapping
get-
somebody
yeah, they most.
for a woman's honor. Now here's two men dragging a black woman, and it's
Oh,
okay because
nah,
it's
he
about
dragging-
child
he
support.
dragging her.
They're wealthy.
She made
they
the
had
initial
children
comment,
with her.
and they
Provide for
dragging
your
her.
kids. She's the
How
That's
is
the
it?
thing.
How is it that you
parent.
get to talk shit, but when a man responds, now he's dragging her?
Did she? I don't feel like she was talking shit. I feel like
Then
she
he
was
wasn't
addressed-
either.
He didn't have to get on her post.
How did he drag her by saying he paid $40K a year?
The
If he
both
paid that,
of
that's
them
what it
child
is.
started
They do
talking
something.
about.
He didn't even mention her. He said I pay $40K for my kid and he's with me Monday through Saturday. He ain't say shit about her.
If I'm
He
on,
didn't
if
say
I'm on
single
the
father.
phone talking to you and he ear hustling and I say something you don't like, and then this one chime in. he ain't have to say nothing,
You
right?
indirect.
Because you and I are having
if
a
you
conversation.
indirectly talking
She
about
posted.
him.
It don't matter if it's indirect. She posted about her situation. He ain't have to chime in.
You're
Just like Will
indirectly
Smith didn't
speaking
have to
on
get
me.
on the stage and slap nobody. Be a grown man about it. If you didn't like something she said, why you telling the world what you paying the education fees? Why you telling the world where the kids stay at most of the days? It may be something else
Because you
going on,
are-
or
Because
you're
trying to-
lying.
You're trying to
portraying-
paint me in
Yeah.
a different light. What you mean?
You're
Take it
portraying
however
me
you
as a
wanna take it.
deadbeat.
Take it. If I
This-
post something
this
on
the
social
accountability
media,
I be
if
talking
I post
about.
something on social media, you get sensitive about it. That's on you.
So if he say
They
I
took
don't-
your cars. You sensitive about it. That's
yeah,
on
if my
you.
car got
Ain't got shit
repossessed
to
and I
do
was
with
in
it.
my feelings.
So would you
and-
feel that way if he say I don't get no help from my baby mothers? I do all this by myself.
I'd be like, he in his feelings on his social media. I know what the real is. I see dudes doing the most, and I just laugh. I don't chime in. I don't say anything. I don't. I'm not messy anything.
So you will let somebody portray you a certain way. And you
No one has
never-
done that to me, but I
I'm
have
just
seen
saying,
people
in general.
portraying their life in a certain way, and I know for a fact that ain't what's going on.
At the
But
end
I
of
don't
the
chime
day,
in and be like,
she
that
tried to
ain't
come
who
at that
you
man.
are.
He responded.
No, she
How
was
do you
addressing
get?
her life.
How do
and
you
he
get
checked-
mad
he
at
checked in
somebody
on what
for
she was
responding?
It's always
saying. He didn't have to say nothing.
It's
He
a reaction
didn't. She
to
didn't.
your
She
action.
didn't have to say single mother.
She
child
can say
support.
whatever she want to say as her life.
Then he can too.
He didn't have to get on
He
her
can say it's
social
his
media. He
life.
can go
He can
on
say
his
whatever he
social
wanted
media
to.
and say, "Hey y'all, this how much I pay."
Did
in
he get on- did he get on
education
her
fees."
social
No, he
media?
commented.
He
commented
on
or he
her
made a post?
He commented.
Oh, because it looked like he made a post.
No,
The
That's
picture
how
I saw,
Twitter
it
looked.
looked like he made a post.
It was like-
it was Twitter, so I don't know. It looked like he made a post, or maybe
he might have
Screen
reposted.
He
reposted
got in
hers
his
and made
feelings.
his
That's
own
what
caption.
happened. Leave her alone. Get off her social media.
Leave me alone. What you mean?
She
leave?
got two
That-
So it's
baby
okay to
daddies.
lie.
that's what I'm
She
like.
got two baby
It's okay
daddies.
for
don't
you
know
to-
who she
to-
was talking about. She
Let me
might
see
have
where
wanted.
that post
She might have
is.
wanted mama.
And he wanted-
mama,
and he
wanted
Kardashian.
to-
He wanted to clear shit
Oh.
up. She
No,
ain't
I don't
talking
have
about
it.
He
me.
ain't
I
have
don't
to
have.
say
I don't have a
nothing.
Twitter.
He
so,
didn't.
He ain't have to say
I don't
nothing.
She
even
didn't
know where.
either.
Let me see if
Yes,
I
she
go.
did. That was
For
her
what?
life. Cause it's her life.
And
If he
so
wanted
then
to
that's
address
his
it, say it on
life.
your own stuff.
That's his life.
And as being in your feelings, let me defend myself. Get out of here.
So you believe black men shouldn't defend themselves, huh?
I think they
don't
should
protect
defend
us.
themselves, but I think this is a different situation because every time you start talking about child support and what the black woman is getting in child support, it's always an argument.
It's an argument if you trying to drag me like I don't do what I'm supposed
It's
to.
always an argument. I feel like if
You
the
not finna-
person
you're
who
not finna
dragged
make
you
me
was
look
the court
bad.
because you couldn't work it out. Now you need the court to drag you through their system of forcing you to pay for your kid. That's who dragged you, not the woman who said, "Oh, you're not gonna help me, but now I need assistance. Now I need them to go in your check." That's who's dragging you.
In this situation,
Blac Chyna need this.
Why you?
in this situation,
Why you get her pregnant?
she got two baby daddies.
It don't matter.
So,
Why you get her pregnant?
I got a Rob
Well,
response.
his seems similar, if I remember.
Rob said, I pay $37K a year for my daughter's school. I handle every single medical expense. I pay for all extracurricular activities. I have my daughter from Tuesday through Saturday. Why would I pay child support?
So this motherfucker got kids.
He
1.5
don't even pay
days
child
out the
support.
week.
No, he's saying.
He's saying, why would he?
So why is he even talking?
Because she said she need child
Again,
support.
if he felt like I'm doing everything for this kid, why are you talking?
Because she trying to drag people because
By
of
saying, "I
her
need
life
some support."
situations. Your life is being messed up, so now you want to make it like it's because of the men not
You
taking
shouldn't
care
have
of their
kids
kids.
with her.
Why?
What does that
My
have to
kid
do
is
with-
taken care of.
It don't matter. You shouldn't have had
It do
kids with
matter.
a woman if you wasn't gonna prepare to take care of your obligation.
The
What
kid
was we
is the
just talking about?
obligation.
Avoiding?
The kid is the
Avoiding.
obligation. The kid's the
I see Lady D
obligation.
just coming in hot today. She
And
coming
full
in
of shit.
hot.
The
You
kid's
see
the
coming in
obligation.
hot.
I done took care of my
She
obligation.
gonna stand on hers
Your
today.
three,
Why
your
you so
three cars your 3 cars is your obligation.
Stop hating on that woman.
What is she
will
doing
get
with her
you
money?
cars,
She ain't-
all that good stuff.
protect
She
black
was on
women.
TV.
Or she was.
And I don't know what her financial situation
What
was.
is she doing with
but
her money?
It don't matter. She living her
It
life.
do, because you asking for more.
Now we gotta open up her financial situation.
Yes,
She
she
asking
using
for
cars.
money.
Yes. When you making it my problem, what are you doing with your money? I don't care what you do with your money until you trying to ask for some of mine.
Exactly.
I got an issue with it. You gonna blow your money, do whatever you want to with it, and now you
Weird
fucked
with
up.
me.
And
Hey,
it's,
we
it's on
had,
me.
No, we had a pod. That people they'll blow their money. They
you
blow
gonna
their
blow your
money.
shit and then come to me.
Come to me for the money that they need.
Yes,
Back on
accountability.
accountability again.
You can't
Yes.
blow yours and then come to me and be mad at me because I don't want to give it to you. That ain't my responsibility. How that make sense? Live your life. When it's fucked up, that don't make it my fault. But again,
Accountability.
man,
All right.
it's all love and here for
Pay
me.
that child support and shut up.
I'ma pay it. Ain't no-
He said, "I'ma pay
I'ma pay it.
Right.
Just don't be asking for no more. You got nothing for
What
you.
the hell? Do you think
Yeah,
child
nah.
support is really covering
Yeah.
everything?
I
For the
don't
child.
know what is exactly. I know
Kids
you.
are expensive. Child support
I know,
does
I
not
got 4
cover
of 'em.
everything.
Speak.
I got 4 of them. They ain't as expensive as people try to make
Are
it
they
seem.
all under one roof?
Yes.
That's why.
I ain't supposed to pay for your roof. That's your roof. I gotta pay for mine. So I'm supposed to pay for your roof and mine?
I gotta buy it. I have to rent out an additional room, whereas
Me
I could have
too.
just had a 1-bedroom
Me
apartment, but now I
too.
have another kid that
Me
I also have to
too.
pay for.
Me too.
Are you though?
What? What? What you mean? Yes.
So,
Yes.
I know lots of bachelors. They got 1 bedrooms. They ain't
I
got the kid room.
know women that ain't got enough room for all their kids. Well, I don't get why you saying that. The same stuff you have to pay for, so do I. Because when the kid come to my house, they supposed to have the same shit, right? So what make you think that it should be different? Like I gotta pay all of mine and pay extra on yours.
But that's not the usual. That's
What?
more rare.
What do you mean? What's not the
Most
usual?
guys are not like that.
Not like what? They don't have houses they live
They're
in?
bachelors.
So you just said you a single mama, so technically you a bachelor too. If that's the case, so what we talking about? It's all the same. It's all the same.
It's not the same.
Why not?
Come on.
They not
You out
gonna
here,
woman.
wait.
They
you
not
out
gonna
here.
allow it to be the same.
Nah, cause she a woman.
No, it's not the same.
Why?
If you are one of those rare men who accommodated your children and you are co-parenting and you had the same space so that they felt just as at home in your space, kudos to you. Because I don't know a lot of guys who do that. I know a lot of guys who are bachelors and have 1 bedrooms, and when their kids came over, they figured it out for their kids. And they made room for them, but because they were not living with them full time, they didn't have a whole room for those kids.
That's fine and dandy. But when the kid come over, I gotta pay for when they over there, right? The
Well,
same
for 2
way
days, a box of Fruit Loops, a couple McDonald's. What you doing?
the same way you gotta pay extra bills because the kid there, so do I.
No, them $7 for the Scholastic magazines, then it's the field. It's little costs that add up that you constantly have to
So what do
to
the child support
provide
go
for
to?
kids.
What the child support go to? Because the
cost of-
Scholastic
of
and
the
all
kids.
that sound like the
cost
child
of the
support.
kids.
So you don't believe $1,000 a month is sufficient enough?
It depends on the father.
No, I'm saying on
What?
your side. Like if I'm giving you,
Yes, it depends on the father. If the father is a millionaire,
You
he
pay
should
what
be.
you weigh.
Yes, that kid
So
should
you
live
don't
your
care.
lifestyle.
You don't care how much it take to take care of a kid. You care about how much money the father make.
If you impregnate
no,
a
no.
woman and
No,
you
no,
a
no, no,
millionaire,
no.
that
No, no,
seed
no.
inside of that woman is
no.
yours, and it should live the same lifestyle you live.
So send
Don't
my
get her
kid with me.
pregnant.
But what I'm saying, it don't
Don't get her pregnant.
It don't take that much to take care
Don't
of the kid.
get her pregnant. That's the answer. Pull out. Put a condom on. Don't get her pregnant. Don't have a oops. You don't have a problem if you don't get her pregnant. As soon as you start getting her pregnant, now you have opened up your financial situation to this
Can
child.
I ask this?
To the child, not
And the
you.
child is being cared for by the mother.
So look, let me ask you this. So it was a basketball player. I think it was Blake Griffin. He had to pay $250,000 a month in child support.
Okay.
20,000 wouldn't work.
I don't know how much Blake Griffin makes.
It don't
I'm
matter.
not-
You
I'm
can't.
not
It
saying-
does, because if his life costs him $30,000 a year, $30,000 a month to pay for, his kids should live a life equivalent to that. It don't matter who he decided to spill his seed into. That kid should live the same lifestyle as the parent. Period.
So why
Period.
does the
If it
mother
was a
not have
wealthy
to-
woman and it
Look.
was the same thing, that kid
That
should
man not
live that
getting that.
lifestyle.
He not getting no 200.
How
Name
do
me.
you know?
Show me one man that got $250,000 a month from.
How do you know
So
that's not going on?
check this out.
It's women
when
who
they-
make money.
When they giving
It
that
is. I'm not-
$250,000 a month,
We not getting
is the woman
250,000.
working?
I don't know. I don't think.
The
I
answer
don't
should be
know.
yes. Because if we both contributed to this lifestyle, why she ain't doing shit? She ain't got to do nothing. So she just living off of me.
Yeah.
That ain't got shit
You
to do
shouldn't
with
have
the
got her
kid.
You shouldn't have got her pregnant.
She
You
shouldn't have
shouldn't
got
her
pregnant.
You
She shouldn't have got pregnant.
You shouldn't have got her
She
pregnant.
shouldn't have got
You
pregnant.
shouldn't have got her pregnant.
She shouldn't have got pregnant.
She could have swallowed all of that, and it
She
would've been
could have,
no problem,
should
But you
have.
got her
Then we
pregnant,
wouldn't be
so
in that-
deal with it, Johnny Appleseed.
Deal
Deal with it. Deal with it. You don't
She
want
ain't my
her. You don't
problem.
want babies coming out of these women who acting like
ain't
that.
my problem.
Don't
You know
get
why
her
we don't
pregnant.
get $250,000 child support? You really want to know the real answer? Because we looked at it as weak men if we asked for that same amount. Women would drag us through the dirt if we even utter the word child support to them. Look how
Why
they
would
was
the kid-
dragging, Mary J. Blige's husband. He was asking for alimony, child
But
support,
that
all
wasn't
this.
her kid. She doesn't have any children.
Once you're married, that was your kid. You know, because if it's the other way around,
Dudes out here getting child support. Don't let them. Do not let them fool you.
I mean, I'll just
Do your shit, my boy.
yeah. Like I haven't ran against to a guy that's getting child support, but
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys on child support. So I'm just saying the reason why we can't even speak on it is because if you tell somebody you get child support as a man, women gonna instantly drag you through the dirt. You a bum. Why would you need her to give you money every month?
But if you're the primary parent, you should get the child support.
Also, you okay with the man getting it if he get?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
If
you-
the man got the kid, yeah, the support should go to wherever the kid is. If the woman got millions of dollars and he was a stay-at-home dad and they got a divorce and the kids went with him, yes, she should pay him. And that
Oh, okay.
kid should afford the
If it's-
lifestyle that the primary breadwinner earns at the dissolution.
Okay,
Period.
if you're
I
not
don't
biased,
care.
I was trying to
No,
see if you
it's
was just
whoever's
biased
rich.
on. Oh, okay.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, it sounds real.
You got something to say about that bully? We can't figure out how to come back and argue with it.
That's one of the
Yeah.
most logical things I heard today.
Now we're wrapping up.
Okay.